Hey everybody, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. I hope y'all are doing well. It's your girl, the Brooke Ashley, and today we are here to discuss The Real Housewives of Rhode Island, Season 1, Episode 11. And before we get into it, this has been a phenomenal season. We have one more episode left. Next episode is the finale. I think that 12 episodes was the perfect amount. Not too much, not too little, just right. Every episode has been a 10 out of 10. They are shooting at 100%. Okay. Y'all did that. Now, before we get started, I do have to share something with y'all. I told y'all these folks watch, especially a lot of the Rhode Island cast members. Do you guys know that Rich's brother, Rosie's husband, DM'd me what's Rosie's last name? DeMar? Rich and Rosie DeMar? Do you know that somebody named Rich, you have a brother named Andrew or somebody, but one of y'all, his brother DM'd me on Instagram, talk about some, I'll have you know, my brother Rich is a phenomenal singer. So they must have seen your comments. They must have watched my last week's recap where y'all said that Rich could not hold a note and did not sound like anybody Sinatra. Baby, I could not stop laughing. I could not stop laughing. Yes, honey. Now, listen, it might be a troll account because it said only like 40 followers. Who knows? But yeah, Rich, you have a brother out here DMing me talking about, I'll have you know that my brother can sing. So I said, all right, okay. I didn't even say anything. I was the one saying that Rich sounded good to me. You guys were like, no. So apparently Rich's brothers must have seen last week's recap. He didn't like y'all's comments. Probably a fake account. Brooke, I'm screaming. Honey, the entire DeMar family trying to read. Well, I didn't say anything. So they weren't saying it to me. They were talking to y'all because I was sitting up. I said, I thought Rich sounded good. But they didn't like your comments. Oh, child, you said Rich. Yes, honey. Come on, Jesse. Let them know. Rich's people. You said he got to wipe his ass and get paid. Okay. Listen, honey, I was so surprised. I was like, okay. I said, well, Rich's brother, I didn't say it. My chat said it. It wasn't me. Don't be upset with me. I'm not the one who said anything. He said, now wait a second, glasses. Listen, yeah, Rich's people thought they ate that, honey. He just, man, y'all are so funny in this chat. I refuse. Yeah, I refuse to be in this. I said, that is not me. I didn't say anything. Rich's brother, don't be upset with me. That was all my chat's doing. Okay. So Rich's brother is upset with y'all. He said that his brother can sing and don't do his brother. Okay. All right. Oh, you said Rich's brother. Rich, tell your brother we know he has a hat, but he still can't sing. Damn. Oh, well, your brother's a great husband and mediocre singer. Oh, well, Rich's brother, if you are watching today's live, just know that my chat is standing 10 toes down on what they said. So you might want to move on along and don't DM me anymore talking crazy. I didn't say it. Talk to my chat. I didn't say it. So, all right. Now you throw some of the bus and press gas. I mean, listen, but I didn't say it though. I didn't say it. Like, don't come for me. I just said it. I just read out loud, your comments. I read the super chats in the comments. I didn't say it. So, listen, I didn't say it. I'm not going to take anything, I'm not going to stand 10 toes down on anything I didn't say. If I said it, fine, but I didn't say it. So, yeah, you said it's not changing over here. You said, oh, we said what we said, honey. Oh, Lord, honey, Rich's brother, maybe you should buy some singing lessons for your brother and do some yoga. Where is Osmond with the disclaimer, honey? Brooke really did say he sounded good. We said mediocre, not bad. Brooke defended Rich. I still think it was mediocre. Damn, I didn't speak on that man's vocals. Don't put me in it. All right, yes. Me and you, friend, we didn't say anything. It was everybody else speaking on that man's vocals, okay? You said congratulations, happy birthday. All right, y'all. As a matter of fact, you said he sounded pretty good. I did say that. I sure did. But apparently Rich's brother was not happy with y'all. He came to me in my DMs and told me that he didn't appreciate all that. So I was like, okay, maybe it might be a troll account. Who knows? This might be a troll. We have folks who just love to troll. So maybe this wasn't even Rich's brother. I really doubt that Rich's brothers would care that much, but who knows? Yeah, you said I don't think he sounded good, but he making money, so don't mind what we say, child. At the end of the day, whether you thought he sounded good or bad, he still got paid, right? So it's a win-win. You know, the opinions of other people, whether good or bad, you still got paid either way. You said he was just okay. Well, remember, he has 8 brothers and sisters, so I don't know which one. It was there was no profile picture, and the name was like Andrew DeMar, and it was no profile picture. That's why I think it might have been a troll, so I don't know. Make your money, Rich. You said, don't worry, Brooke. You didn't say, but we stand on it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Osmond. Thank you for the disclaimer. The words of the live chat do not reflect the Brooke Ashley. Thank you, Osmond. Oh, and one quick thing. Yes, Jameer. Jameer, I do want to say, Jameer, when I tell you, I am so thankful because Jameer let me know in the last recap yesterday that Jameer has been a moderator now for a year. So I just want to say thank you, Jameer, for all your help. You have been just such a blessing for the channel, and I appreciate you for getting the trolls and the weirdos and the contrarians out. So I just want to, give Jameer some appreciation. Thank you so much, Jameer, for all your help. I really appreciate you. And I cannot believe it's been a year already. It feels like just yesterday. But Jameer, thank you for all that you do because my God, thank you. Because I was fighting by myself, honey, for a long time on this channel with the trolls. But thank you so much because things are running so much smoother. Thank God. God is good. But Jameer, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you and God bless you. And just thank you so much. And I can't believe there's been a year already. Yes, honey, you said got the bums out of here when we need you. Okay, exactly. So, all right, y'all. Those are some of the church announcements. Oh, one more thing. We are almost sold out for the live show. So it's only booth seating available now. So if you have not gotten your tickets yet, go get your tickets. There are still some left. But yeah, all of the tickets are sold out except for the booth seats. Booth seating is still available. If you go on the website to buy a ticket, you will see that all the other seats are grayed out, but the booth is still there. So yeah, guys, God is good, honey. God is good. All right, y'all. But oh yeah, and the information for tickets for my live show at the Green Room 42 here in New York City on July 17th at 9:30 p.m. You can purchase them down below in the link below and get situated and all that. And there's a meet and greet option as well. It's going to be a good night, a good time, some good tea, some hot tea. We're going to have some special guests in the building. It's going to be a really good time, y'all. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Yes, honey. Yes. New York City in the summer and a show. Yes, honey. Brooke, Samad is in the chat yesterday. I believe you want to tell him something yesterday. Oh, Samad, are you in here? Samad, I brought up your friend who got the fake bags on her birthday. And we had a good old time talking about that yesterday. But thank you guys so much. I am live stream ready. Yes. And happy belated birthday. Yeah, it was your birthday, you said yesterday. Happy belated birthday. Don't forget your hats, honey. Pop the champagne, honey. Yes. All right, y'all. Jameer better be on the team when you get your talk show, Brooke. Oh yes, yes, honey. That'll be like Wendy had Norman. Yes, honey. Listen, Jameer, you got a place, honey. You got some 95,000 when I make it to the big time, Lord willing. Brooke said that man bought her 100 bags for $100. Oh, come on. Oh, I love to hear this. I just got my flight. Oh, you come from Seattle. Oh, I'm so excited. I am so excited to meet you. I cannot wait to meet you. I really can't wait. I have gotten so many emails from y'all saying, Brooke, I can't wait. I'm excited. I can't wait to meet y'all. We are going to have a great time. It's going to be so much fun to see y'all face to face, give you a hug, talk. I can't wait, y'all. I'm so excited. All right, y'all. We're on Rhode Island now. Okay, y'all. Okay. Woo. Oh, wait, hold on. One more thing. How many bags is it today, Brooke? Don't do me. Don't do me. You said, you said every time I tell the story, I change it up. I add some extra sauce to the story. I said we went from the boyfriend bought the fake bags for that girl. I said he put them in a burlap sack. Then I said he put them in a garbage bag. They were loose bags. He just dumped them on the floor. Then I said it was 20 bags to 100 bags. Now I said it was 1,000 bags that he bought her for $100. Oh, I said 500 for $5. First it was 2 to 4 to 8 to 16, honey. Yes, honey. I love putting a little spice, honey, on a story. Oh my gosh. At least you remember all your stories. I do remember my stories. I do remember. No, he actually added some cute helium balloons. He dressed it up. Oh no! Now, Samad, why would you go and tell me that? Because the next thing you know, the next time I retell the story, I'm gonna say that he put the fake bags in a hot air balloon and put them through the window. Oh, honey, I'm gonna spice this story up. You should not have told me that. He added some cute helium balloons. He dressed it up, honey. He dressed the fake bags up with some helium balloons. What a mess. What a mess, honey. Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all, let's get on to the recap because we have a ways to go. But no, Samad, you shouldn't have told me that because I will be adding sauce to the story. Did Sugarcane get their ticket, Brooke? No, they did not. They never got back to me. They never got back to me. I put their name up. I tagged them on the community post. They never got back to me. So their ticket went to Lakia. Lakia got the ticket. But yeah, I gave Sugarcane more than enough time, ample time. They never got their ticket though. So hopefully they'll win the next raffle. All right, y'all. Let's Sugarcane forfeited, okay? All right, you said that's nuts. Sugarcane told, oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I gave Sugarcane a good 72 hours. You said no more raffles, honey. Yeah, it might have to be if you want to go and you haven't bought your ticket yet, you might have to email me with the sob story. I don't know because I don't know about these raffles. These raffles have been causing a lot of just a lot of stress. So we'll see. We will see. Oh my gosh. Yes. When I tell you, I was so upset. I was so upset last night watching the game. I could not believe it. They have been on a winning streak, and for them to lose, but it shows you the power, how evil that man is. That man coming to that game is the reason why they lost, and those referees did a horrible job. It felt like they were paid off to have the Spurs win. Just a mess. We'll talk another time. But no more raffles because why haven't you gotten your ticket yet? Oh, Samad, don't start any trouble, Samad, please. Okay, you're trying to be nice. I want give people a fair shot to go. Yeah, but I don't know about any more raffles. It might have to be maybe 2 weeks beforehand if you really want to go and you live here in New York. And there's something I don't know. I don't know about any more raffles, y'all. So, all right. This is the 28,000 crowd. The game pissed me off so, but no, it really did. I was so pissed. All right, y'all. You said now Jim Jam, don't start. Yes, honey. And he took a nap the whole time. A mess. All right, y'all. Let's move on to the recap. Child, y'all, no, I don't think they're shading them. I think that they just want to make sure they're okay. No, I haven't seen them. A few people thought that maybe they just entered the raffle as a joke and they were surprised they actually won. And maybe that's why they didn't claim the ticket. Because you do have people who will do that. They'll join a raffle and win. And then so maybe it was that, who knows? I haven't seen them back. I hope that they're okay. Sugarcane, I hope you're okay. But yeah, I haven't seen them. If you know Sugarcane in real life, please let them know that we are thinking of them. And God bless. You said, are they subscribed? I don't know. I really don't know. All right, y'all. let's move on. They might have forgotten because I don't check my notifications as well. Yeah, it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. Nobody's we're just having a good time here. That's all it is. Okay. Now for the replay crew, don't get in these comments saying, Brooke, why did it take so long for the recap to start? You know how we do. We have announcements. We talk for a little bit. So don't get in these comments saying, Brooke, next time to start the recap immediately. Don't tell me what to do. Just enjoy the replay and have fun. So, because one of y'all did that to me a few weeks ago. So don't do it again. I let you slide the first time, but don't do it again. All right. Let's start the recap. Okay, y'all. So anyhow, we open up the episode with Joellen in her car. She's on the phone with Alicia, telling Alicia how things went between her and Liz. Because we all saw what happened last week. The meetup between her and Liz went south. So Joellen says it did not go great. I couldn't get a word in edgewise. Liz told me that I was delusional for saying that me and her are best friends or even friends, and she just kept going. So Joellen says, Liz does what she wants. She's unapologetically herself, as am I, but I'm not as cruel. Now, Joellen, I think it's funny to see this switch up because you did come on the show letting us know that you were a bitch and you were proud of it and you were that girl. You were a mean girl. So to hear you say, well, I'm just not as cruel as she is. It's just funny because you did let us know off rip though that you were sort of a mean girl and an ice queen. So it's just so funny to see you be so sensitive now. Now, don't get me wrong. Liz is in the wrong, right? Like, full stop. Liz is in the wrong. But anyhow, Joellen says she kept saying how disingenuous and disloyal and what an awful human being I am. And I don't understand why it affects me so much, but I need to suck it up like I did in my childhood, and that's what I'm going to do now. She's obviously emotional by what Liz said to her because she's crying in her confessional. I will say, one of y'all made a great point in last week's recap. The reason why Joellen is emotional and why things probably hit harder when it comes to her and Liz is because of the mommy issues that she has with her own mom. And because Liz is either a few years younger than her mom or the same age, I'm sure it's triggering. She views Liz as like a mother figure. And I could see that. So Joellen says she kept saying that I didn't stick up for her enough. And Alicia says, you were being supportive like any normal person would do. So Alicia says, when it comes to Liz, I thought that, she was family to me. Out of respect for my family, she should have never attacked me or questioned me or talked to me like that. She says, I love her. I know that's where I flip-flop in, but she is effing mean. So now Joellen says it's draining sitting down and talking to her, and I'm done. It's going to be really awkward at the next group outing that we're all at. So Alicia says, I feel really bad about this whole thing, but I want you to be okay, and I love you. So the call has ended, and we get to the next scene with Rulla. So Rulla is at Brian's office, his practice. What is Brian? He's a podiatrist. He deals with feet, right? So she brings like some pastries for her husband and some coffee. She's trying to act all like, I'm here for my husband, and they're like fake flirting. He, takes her to the private room so he can check out her toe. So we find out that over the summer, Rulla, I think, split her toe. She hit her toe on the vanity and her toenail came off, like something happened. I said, my God, Rulla has more ailments than I don't know, like who else. It gave very much when Nene was like, Kim Zolciak has to be the sickest person I've ever met. She had a stroke today. She has high blood pressure, diabetes, all in one. Like, there's always something wrong. Rulla, you've been sick for the majority of this season, and now your toenail split in half. And like, I was like, my God, there's always something going on with you. Jesus. Brian and Rulla carrying this season. That man's causing her distress in her spirit. Yes, it's very true. It's very, very true. I think that it really is a clear sign of what happens when you stay with somebody who does not want to be with you anymore. Because she has been sick in bed. She had to be airlifted to a hospital 4 episodes ago. She was in bed for a month. She has the flu, pneumonia, the common cold, hantavirus, coronavirus. She got everything all in one. I'm like, my God, this man is causing you to be physically ill. So now, back to Rulla and Brian and this whole thing with him checking her toe. So as he's checking her toe, he's massaging her foot. She says that he numbed her with Novocaine. He removed the toenail. She didn't even feel it. So now Rulla says, I was thinking this summer flew by and we haven't had one of our parties. We should throw a party. What about an end of summer bash? So Brian says, yeah, that sounds good. Since you're Lebanese, why not have a hookah party? So Rulla says, ooh, that sounds good. Maybe Arabian Nights. That would be fun. So now she says, remember our pre-New Year's party when we had that belly dancer? Brian, the way Brian perked up when he heard that belly dancer, he was like, oh yeah. He was like, oh yeah, call her up, get her again. I said, yeah, I'm sure he wants them to have the belly dancer at this party too. So now Rulla says, I love a good theme. We would always have wet and wild parties in the summer. And now Brian makes a joke saying that he'll rock a vest with no shirt, just pants, like Aladdin. So Rulla says, you need to work on your 6-pack. I instantly thought of Joellen saying, does Brian look like he's in the gym? Because Brian, put the shirt on, please. So Rulla says, we'll invite all the ladies from the group. So Brian's like, all the ladies? So she's like, well, with one exception, we won't have Joellen there. Every time we blink, Joellen's stirring the pot, and I don't want the party to be that way. So Brian says, yeah, I don't want that in my house. Rulla and Brian, I will be whacking you because you guys really tried it, especially Brian. When you called her Ho Ellen, I said the audacity. I really hope that the husbands do come out at this reunion. I hope Joellen and Gary are on your asses at this reunion. I really do. You are out of order. You have no right when you're a serial cheater. You are stepping out and you broke the vows that you made before your wife and God. And you have the audacity to sit up there and try to demean a woman and then try to get her fired from her job, all because you can't keep your sorry dick in your pants. The absolute audacity. If Gary punches you right in your face, you deserve it. You deserve it. Crazy. I can't stand Brian or Rulla. I really can't stand either one of them. So now, Rulla, I'll like you when you finally leave this sorry man of yours, because he just makes you look so sorry, empathetic. So now, Rulla says, I have such a good heart that part of me feels bad not inviting her, but all the bad that's been done towards me and my family, I believe in energy, and I can't have that bad energy in my house. You sleep with bad energy every single night. Your husband is the bad energy. Your husband is a serial cheater. He's still cheating right now, current day. So how dare you say, oh, I can't have that energy in my house, but you'll stay with this man, but yet Joellen is the bad energy. The reason why you keep getting sick every other day, your toenails popping off, you're stubbing your big toe, you have all sorts of illnesses and viruses and ailments is because of your staying with this sorry ass man. That's why. But I digress. I can't, I really can't. She's really getting on my nerves. So now she says, there's a better chance of a genie coming out of a bottle at my party than Joellen being allowed to step foot in my backyard. Rulla, please don't flatter yourself like your house parties are the hottest ticket in town. Joellen is not pressed by you by not being invited. Girl, stop. This is not a Beyonce after party. This is not a Rihanna party. This is not the Met Gala. It's a Rulla and Brian party. Stop. Please stop. I just, your man is a bad energy. Yeah, the party was cute and all, but it was not lit. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. So now Rulla was getting so much glee because the way Rulla kept repeating that Joellen and Gary were not invited, you can always tell when somebody's on some loser behavior because she could not stop saying it. We heard you the first 3 times. She said it about 10 times that they were not invited. It's like, girl, you're getting glee out of this. How are you angry at somebody coming to you like, girl, your husband's out here still cheating? You're more mad at her than you are with your husband. That is wild to me. Rulla's, yeah, her energy is nasty. Her energy is very nasty. So now Brian goes on to say that she's like, they're on the blacklist. Everybody else is invited. Losers. So Brian's like, yeah, I'm gonna have a whole police detail and security. I said, Brian, don't sit up there and waste 50 grand on some police detail for a party that nobody cares about. Please don't flatter yourself. Please put that money up in a trust for your kids. Buy another car with that. Go on a vacation. Go on a shopping spree. Don't worry about getting a police detail. Nobody cares that much. Like, I was like, the gall, like the delusions of it all. You think that you're bigger than you are because, babe, it's not that serious. Nobody cares. You're going to waste all that money for a party that nobody cares about? Enough. Yes, the party was sorry. It felt very, we'll talk about it later, but yeah, I'm like, nobody's itching to crash this sorry party. I agree. Pay your mistress. Exactly. So she'll stop posting on Instagram in real time. Buy Rulla a guilt gift. Exactly. The police detail should be for his mistress. Now, when Gary confronts him at the reunion, he'll be stuttering. I agree. Where was the music? Yeah, I noticed that. I didn't see a DJ. Was there a DJ? I just saw a bar. And there was a bar, past hors d'oeuvres, and that was it. I didn't see the DJ. Hey, Bio Miss Forrest, thank you for the super chat. Not to accuse him of abuse, but the tone scene made me uncomfortable. Like, this just seems so odd that she got such a horrible injury out of the blue. She said she stubbed her toe. She ran into her vanity in her room. Listen, when it comes to Rulla and Brian, I don't know what to believe anymore. I think it's all just very weird. All these injuries, all these illnesses out of the blue. She's always in bed. I saw a DJ and 15 guests. You guys are so silly. You guys, I'm not, y'all have me screaming. She might have tried to kick him. Oh, maybe. And yeah, honey, try to kick those steel ankles of his. Oh my gosh. So now we have Ashley at home with her family. Her parents are over. They're making tacos. I'm not going to hold you. For the Ashley fans, I'm going to just keep it real with y'all. We can skip past this scene. I don't care anymore. If I hear about Audrey's one more time, I'm going to scream. This conversation was Ashley's parents asking Jared, when the lease is up, does he plan on selling the place or keeping it? Jared's hemming and hawing. Well, I don't know if I should keep it because I'll be sad. But on the other end, it will free up some money. We'll be stable financially. But Audrey's is making money now and I will be fulfilled. So yeah, I don't want to sell it. I don't care. I really don't care. Yeah, it was a silly conversation. Yeah, honey, I really don't care. I truly do not care. Ashley's over there whining and just trying to please this man by any means possible. I mean, I don't want to tell him to close up Audrey's because I don't want him to be sad. Ashley, girl, I can't. I said between the simple living, this Audrey storyline, her constantly crying and being all soft-spoken and meek and mild with the basic fashions and the functional hairstyle, I'm done. So let's move on. Let's move on, honey. And also, you don't have a can opener? When I saw him trying to open up the refried beans with the knife, I said, sir, where is the can opener? I said, Ashley, don't tell me that you guys don't own a can opener. A can opener is what, $10? The electric can openers are what, a cute $30, $40? Go to Crate and Barrel. Williams and Sonoma, if you really want to spice it up and get it for like $60. I'm just, the can openers at Audrey's. They sell them at the Dollar Tree. The way he was, first of all, the tacos look dry. They had the, what do they have? They had that, do they even have that taco kit? You know, that taco seasoning kit? What is it? El Paso. And they have they have 6 flour tortillas and 6 hard shell tortillas. And it comes with the sauces and the seasoning. Do they even have that? I saw nothing but one tomato and the beans. They have McCormick, not a seasoning in sight. That man is too comfortable not being a provider. They are too regular. Yes, they are. They are. They really are. I was annoyed by the whole entire thing. I said, can we have the tacos? Give us a Chipotle tea. Have everything out. Have the chopped cilantro. Have the onions. Have the pico de gallo. Where's the sour cream? I see a tomato that's not even sliced correctly. You have a big old tomato just sitting there. He's stabbing the can of beans like a nut. I said, what? Like this it just screamed broke. I'm so sorry. She's calling herself a foodie every minute. Go, honey, give us Taco Bell. I would have rather you had gotten a whole bunch, 30 tacos from Taco Bell than that. You know, I didn't even see any taco shells. Where were the tortillas? Where were the tortillas? Where was the cheese? Where was the sour cream? Where was the pico de gallo? Where was the lettuce? But some of y'all just ride out for simple Ashley, honey. So shout out to the simple girls who like the simple life. Not me, girl. Ashley can go. God bless and Godspeed, and let's move on. Those tacos look terrible. You said in the breezeway, honey. Ashley's angels in the chat. Where was the guac? Where was it? As a Hispanic American, those tacos were a crime against humanity. I just know he didn't heat the shells. Yes, no jalapenos, no black. There was nothing. No black olives. There was nothing. No cilantro. No carne asada. Where was the meat? I didn't see any meat. Was there steak? Was there shaved beef? Was there steak? Was there chicken? Was there rice? There was nothing. One tomato and he's stabbing the beans and the kids are crying. God bless. God bless. Hey, Monica, thank you for the super chat. I've been to funeral receptions that were more popping than Rulla and Brian's party. Please, yes. No one is crashing that mess. Yes, no, for real. A good repast is always a good time, okay? No, for real. There are very lit repasts. In the Black community, we call them a funeral reception is called a repast. But yeah, so that their party looks so dry. Exactly, Monica. We see each other. It was giving the Popeyes potluck from Potomac teas. And you know what? I'll take Wendy's half-eaten Popeyes than I would take Ashley and Jared's tacos. That's how sorry those tacos were. I did see the meat, Brooke. It was tasteless. Where was the meat? I didn't see it. God bless. God bless. Listen. There was no excuse for those tacos to look like that. A mess, y'all. Let's move on. This scene was just, it was terrible. I don't want to hear about Audrey's anymore. I really don't. So we have another short scene with Liz and Dolores. They're at the Rhode Island State House meeting up with the senator and one of the representatives to talk about menopause, how menopausal women are a protected class in the workplace. That was a very informative scene. I don't have much to say about it. Like, I'm happy. That's God bless. We know that Liz and Dolores are in menopause. They're bringing awareness. She has the menopause gummies, but like, I don't have anything to add to that. God bless. Okay. And that's no shit. I'm not shading anybody. I'm just saying, like, the scene, it was a cute scene, informative, but I don't have any thoughts on it. So don't get upset. Don't, please. God bless. So now we have Alicia at home, and Rosie comes over with some balloons and flowers. And that bouquet of flowers was so cute. So Alicia says, "I love you so much, Rosie. That's what I needed from the car ride from hell." She says Liz should have come over with balloons, ducks, all that, because that's what I would have done after I crushed somebody's soul. So I am surprised that Liz did not send Alicia like a gift basket to say I'm sorry, because that's what I would have done if I were Liz. Because Liz, the way you showed your behind the last few episodes, you should have sent Alicia. You should have sent Alicia a gift, a bottle of champagne, flowers, something. Just my 2 cents. Alicia's daughter, Selena, is adorable. So Rosie brought these little rubber duckies because we know that Rosie has a Jeep Wrangler, and it's a tradition when if you have a Jeep Wrangler, if you see other Jeep Wranglers out in the street, you put a rubber duck on their windshield. So I think it's so cute, right? So they're like decorating the little rubber duckies, like putting rhinestones on the duckies. A really cute activity. Selena, Alicia's daughter, was so into it. Again, she's adorable, but that was a cute little moment, right? So now they're talking about Liz, and Alicia says, speaking of Liz, she actually did call me. I didn't pick up. I'm not ready to talk to her. I don't even want to fight back with her. It's too much family history. So Alicia says, it was nice to have my family validate me because they know that I've been through a lot. She says, I do know that I'm going to have to see her, though. So Rosie's like, well, what are you going to do this weekend at Rulla's Arabian Nights party? Alicia says, I don't know. I don't want to see her. Rosie says, but you are going to have to see her, though. Alicia says, honestly, I don't want to be in this position. She put me in a bad situation. So now Alicia's like, well, speaking of, a bad situation, are you going to talk to Kelsey? Rosie says no. She says, why don't we have our own party and just not go to Rulla's? So now Rosie goes on to bring up Rulla, the video of Brian with the mistress. And Alicia says, I have not brought up the video yet. And Rosie says she needs to know what's going on. Rosie says, I'd rather not do it at her party, but she needs to know. Alicia is closest to her. She should be the one to tell her. Now, here's my thing with this, right? Rosie, I get where you're coming from, but when you see that a woman is determined to stay with her man and stand by her man, no matter what, it doesn't, like, there's no point in even saying anything. In my opinion, like, you're wasting your breath. Why do you feel the need to, even say anything? Because you know that Rulla is not leaving this man. It doesn't make any sense. Yes, let it go. Yes, don't get involved. I agree with y'all. Yes, I kind of felt like, and Rosie, I will say, this is where I see why sometimes Joellen and all the other girls had a gripe with you in the beginning of the season, because it does seem like you want mess, right? You know that Rulla wants to keep her head in the sand. And why? I don't believe in bringing bad news to somebody at their special moment. Why even bring this up on her special day? She's hosting this party, even though it is whack. It's a lame party that nobody cares about. It was a very dry and stale party, if you ask me, but I digress. It's still her party at her house. Don't give her the bad news on her special night. Just in my opinion. Yes, I agree. I agree with you guys 100%. Let the mouse go. Rulla does not care. Rosie might get in trouble next season if Rulla is gone. I agree. Rose is a bit dingy. I agree. And why didn't Joellen text the video to Rulla? I agree with you. You said producers told Rosie to step it up because Alicia failed to complete the assignment. Oh yeah, no, I feel like Rosie was determined. Like Rosie kind of gives me that she was going to do it regardless of producers telling her to do it or not. Like Rosie gives me that she does like the mess. So she didn't need the prodding from producers, in my opinion. But I would not be surprised though. Your theory does make sense because producers will do that. If somebody else can't do the job, they will say, hey, I'm gonna need you to step in and do it. Okay. Yes. Also, Joellen wasn't there either. Yes. So now it is the day of Rulla's party. We see everybody getting ready for the party. Alicia's at home getting glam. And now she FaceTimes Joellen and Gary. Now, in my opinion, we have Rosie come over to get her glam at Alicia's house. Joellen's like, oh, Rosie's there? Like, what are you guys getting glam for? Now, in my opinion, I was always taught that it's rude to rub it in somebody's face that they weren't invited somewhere. Alicia, Joellen is one of your good friends. You know that things are tense between Rulla and Joellen. Why did you feel the need to FaceTime Joellen knowing that she wasn't invited? Like, I'm sorry, Alicia, I'm here for you, but that was rude. It felt childish and petty. And like there was no reason for you to call her up and say, oh yeah, hey, how are you? What's up? And then when Joelle was like, oh, what are you getting ready for? And she's like, oh yeah, me and Rosie, we're going to Rulla's party that you weren't invited to. I didn't like that. Did Alicia call Joellen? I think so. I think she FaceTimed her. I think I remember it was Alicia who FaceTimed Joellen, not the other way around. Joellen was out of town anyway. I think, yes, she was. She was in the car. I thought Joellen called her. Oh, you might be right. You might be right. Listen, I'll go back and rewatch it a third time. That you might be right. Maybe I said it wrong, but that was kind of messy. Whenever you find yourself asking, now, why would she say or do that? Production is usually behind it. Very true. I agree. You said, I don't care for Joellen, so I'm screaming, Dorothy. Dorothy said, listen, I really don't care. I really don't give an F how Joellen feels, honey. So Joellen says, well, I wasn't invited. She's not comfortable around me. She says, Rulla's having an Aladdin themed party. Does she think that she's Princess Jasmine? Does she think she has a lamp? Joellen says, Jeannie, tell Brian not to cheat. Joellen, you ate with that. You ate with that. I said, now I know Rulla was crying when she saw that, but yeah, girl, you're doing all this for this man who does not like you. This man wants out. He wants you to leave him, and you still won't leave. It's very sad. Very sad. Hey, Chief, thank you for the super chat. Watching Happens Live. Liz said Alicia's parents sold their house and her dad moved to the grandparents' home. Lies. She's male-identified and wanted to protect that man. Liz can't help herself. Liz cannot help herself. She is male-identified. She is, because I noticed that anytime the women have a gripe with a man, Liz is quick to say, well, he's my friend. I'm still friends with him. I thought it was really odd how she was quick to say to Kelsey that she's still friends with Dino after Dino and Kelsey had a really rough breakup. I said, that was kind of weird to me. And the way Kelsey said it, it made me think that there was some abuse that happened. So it's like, Liz, you're okay with being friends with somebody who did something horrible to your friend. That makes sense. But yeah, Liz is male identified, and it's really sad. Hey, High Vibe, thank you for the super chat. That legislation is very important. However, it's a miss for the audience because of Liz's behavior. The message is lost. Yeah, I think so too. Because I couldn't focus on the scene. I was like, okay, girl, that's nice and all. Let's move this along. Because Liz's behavior has been very erratic, and I'm over it. Liz needs to let it go. Liz is an old bird. I'm not shocked at all. So now we're at Rulla and Brian's house. They're setting up for the party. And it's no shade, right? But something about the party just was lacking to me. The way it was decorated, it wasn't giving. Like, it just felt very much Party City. It didn't give me upscale. Do you know what I'm like? I just feel like you get what, like, I don't know. The party, the decorations, even the bar didn't look right to me. I just felt like, yes, it looked dated and cheap. Party, okay. The budget gave $500. Yes, okay. Yes. Joellen's party was amazing for 4th of July. She went all out. The beautiful home, she did that. Liz's party for Jerry was amazing, right? This party, Rulla's party, no ma'am. I'm so sorry. Rulla, the party looks so dated. Yes, they had hugs in a cooler somewhere. No, Jalen, when I tell you, it gave very much that. It did not, yes, it did not give 95,000 at all. It did not. It just gave me like, there was cheap liquor. I don't know. The bar just looked so tacky. It felt like a Halloween. Yes, it looked dated, cheap, dry. Yes, it felt like a Halloween party. Limited budget and sparse. It very much so. Yeah, high school graduation party, very much so. Yes, a Brit Edie budget. Yes, very much so. It was giving Dollar Tree. It gave Kirkland bottles from Costco. It gave, you said it gave a cooler full of Yellowtail and Andre. Very much so. It did give that. Yeah, the costumes looked cheap. Like, even Rulla's costumes didn't, I don't know. It just looks so cheap. I don't know, y'all. I'm glad that we see each other, y'all. Yes, it did. It reminded me, yes, that party that Karen Huger had at her house, season 1, was a fool. She had those high top tables, those cheap tablecloths, no food. She had like Franken beans. That was it. And it was a hot mess. That's what it reminded me of. God is, yeah, I was about to say, I said, not God is good, but yeah, that party was a fool. That party was a fool, honey. And she pulled out those wings and it gave $5.99 on Amazon. It did. Oh my gosh. Wendy really needs to consult with Wendy Osefo. I'm gonna say this though. Wendy did a good job with her 40th birthday party celebration. That was a good party. She did a good job with that. It gave Jackie from New Jersey Rulla's outfit, thrift store lingerie. Very much so. You said yes. It didn't help that nobody was there. Oh my gosh. Their cups were all plastic. Yes, it was. There was the plastic solo cups. Wendy's party was sponsored by ADT. You guys are too much. Yeah, all right, y'all. We see each other. We see each other. Rulla's cape was a mess with those EDM party wings. You said sparsely attended, honey. Oh my gosh. This party was a fool. I'm so sorry. And to think that Brian thought that he needed to hire a police detail. A mess. Okay, y'all have me in tears, y'all, please. So now, where were we? Rulla comes out and she's like, dancing in her costume. Brian says, I need a stack of ones. Like, he's at a strip club. Even the way Brian has to force himself to compliment his wife, like he's still desiring her, is so sad. It's not natural at all. He's trying to act like he's a good husband who's still in love with his wife, and it's not giving that. I said, Brian, just free yourself. Go ahead and free yourself, like Fantasia told us. Free yourself. You're not happy. You can't even compliment your wife and it sounds real and believable. You're like, oh yeah, you look sexy, babe. Real nice. Great job. Sexy outfit. Like, it's just so fake and phony. Like, you don't mean it. These hollow words. You've lost attraction to your wife. That's sad, but it's just a mess. He does not want to be there. Like Dr. Gregory, be free. Yes. Set yourself free, Brian, please. No, it's very much so, like, I'm serious though. It's very much like he's reading off of a script. It's very forced and robotic. It's like, oh yeah, babe, like real sexy. I like your outfit. Yeah, it's like, you still got it, babe. Real nice. Oh my gosh, I really can't. He was more excited for for the chandelier belly dancer. Yes, yeah, he was. Brooke, you sound like those pop-up ads on the porn sites. No, it's very much like AI robotic. So you said Fantasia needs to take her own advice. Don't get us started on Fantasia, okay? We'll be here all day. Yeah, so flirting sponsored by Chat GPT. No, very much so. You said Brazzers tea, honey. Brazzers ads. He's like Gerald in another font. Gerald can't even do that. So you've got Brian saying, real sexy, babe. And then you have Gerald saying, yeah. You have two sides, like on two separate ends of the spectrum. Okay, you have Brian overdoing it, and it's not real at all, and Gerald's not doing anything. A hot mess. At least Gerald is loaded. Yeah, only thing that he's got, right? Oh my gosh. No, when I tell you the juxtaposition, no, for real. Yeah, yes. Brian gives me very much like, that was swell, babe. Very much so. Brooke, you sound like the Wii sports announcer. Nice shot. Yes, that's how Brian sounds when he compliments Rulla. Battle of the AI husbands, honey. I'm serious. All right. Brooke, did you peep the sound effects production does every time Brian speaks? No, I didn't even notice that. Oh my gosh. Let's give it. We'll be here all day roasting Brian and Shamia's husband. So anyhow, Rulla says, Brian and I, we're good. We're ready for tonight. We can't wait. We're going to have a good time. I said, if you say so, Rulla, if you say so. So now we have Ashley and Jared arrive first. Ashley says, I haven't seen Rulla in so long. I'm interested in seeing how she's doing being next to Brian, hosting this party with him, because he's a cheater. So now we cut to Alicia and Billy. They're in the car. Alicia says, I love an Arabian night. I hope they have a magic carpet ride, a camel, and a donkey. Billy was like, why would a donkey be there? Alicia is hilarious. So she says, I hope there's a lot of people because I don't want to see Liz. It'll be so awkward. So Billy says, you guys have known each other your whole lives. You had one issue. Get over it. I'm sure she'll be fine. So now we cut to Liz and Jerry. They're on the way to the party. I love Liz and Jerry's car collection. This Porsche they rode up in was gorgeous. So now Jerry's asking if Alicia and Billy are going to be there tonight. Liz says, well, I don't know. She hasn't spoken to me. Jerry says, really? Alicia was that mad? Liz says, yeah. My reaction was a knee-jerk reaction. If I could take back what I said, I would. The word homeless apparently has different meanings. Liz, you had ample time to take back what you said, and you stood 10 toes down in it. So I don't want to hear you play innocent now. So she says, if Alicia wants to talk, we can talk. I just want to have a good time. So now we see Kelsey and Bill arrive. They're standing next to Ashley and Jared. Ashley's like, oh, Jared has to leave me in 10 minutes. And Jared says, oh, yeah, I'm leaving because on Fridays we do trivia. How come every time you guys are having a date night or y'all are out together, why does Jared always have to leave early? Didn't he leave early at Liz's party episodes ago? Why is he always leaving early for something? I have never seen that in my life. What do you mean? He can't pause trivia for one day? Somebody else at Audrey's can't host the trivia? He has to be there for trivia. Somebody else can't do it. You have all these employees working for you, sir. Let them host trivia night. And the trivia questions that you were asking the last time weren't even good. You were talking about what was the piggy's name in Toy Story? I'm like, you don't want to have a cute, sexy night with your wife at a party? You want to leave for trivia? I said, what is going on? Jared might be, okay. I thought the same thing too. I didn't want to say it out loud, but yeah, that thought did pop in my mind because every single time they're having a date night, He's always gone. He always has to leave early for Audrey's. I'm like, so you're telling me that Audrey's is open all night, all nights, all hours of the night? It'll be 11 o'clock. Oh yeah, Jared got to go check on Audrey's, make sure it's up and running. It's midnight. The coffee shop should be closed. What do you mean he's leaving you to go check on Audrey's? It's weird. It's really weird. I'm just, something's wrong. I'm confused. And also, I would have told him, you got to get somebody else to host trivia night or cancel trivia night, because you're coming with me. You're my husband. Like, what do you mean he's ditching you for trivia night? Something's going on. Something is going on. He's cheating with Audrey's. That's what it's giving. The mistress is Audrey's itself. Yeah, it might be. Yes, I think it's an excuse for him not to be home. Yes, that's what it's giving me. I think that's why he likes Audrey so much, because he can be out the home, and she's the one raising all the kids, and he's only home 2 hours per week. A mess. I really can't. Something in the milk ain't clean. Something's going on. I think it's weird. So Kelsey says, speaking of trivia, I do want to apologize for what happened at trivia night. So Ashley and Jared both say it's okay, it's fine. So Rulla's like, wait, did I miss something? Jared says, well, yeah, the other night at trivia, Kelsey and Rosie, they both love each other. Rulla's like, oh, okay. So baby, we have Rosie and Rich pull up. Rosie looks so good. I loved her costume. You know that you are that girl when your ops can't even be neutral when you step in the room. When you have the girls making faces and cutting their eyes, gotta put their drink down and go to the other side of the room, you know that you have a bitch rattled. Because Kelsey, if you are so unbothered by Rosie, if she's such a non-factor, it shouldn't even have mattered if she had stepped in the party. Your back was turned to her. Babe, you could feel her presence, because the minute they said, oh, Rosie's here, your face is all twisted up. You're holding your drink like this, looking stupid. I said, baby, she really has you rattled. She has a lot of power over you. Rosie is a powerful woman, because the fact that she has you twisted like that when you're the one in the wrong, you started with her first. You picked this fight with her, and you're the one bothered by her. I said, oh no. When I tell you I do not like Kelsey. Kelsey has been a huge disappointment and a flop to me. I don't like her attitude. She brings nothing, no personality. She's also kind of stale and dry. Her storyline is also a lie, because you and that man have broken up over a year ago before filming, and then you were like, babe, you were like, hey, pretend we're still together so that way I can get on the show. And he said, you know what, sure, I'll do you a solid. But they said that you were already broken up for almost 2 years prior to the show even being filmed. Stop it. But you want to call her a liar. But you were lying about your real life and your real storyline. A mess. Yes, she started strong in the first 2 episodes, and then it the air slowly left the balloon. A mess. Yeah, I don't care for Kelsey at all. She's very dry. No personality, no spark, no nothing. When I tell you, honey, when I tell you, I have no problem saying I was wrong. Honey, you remember how excited I was? I had such high hopes for Miss Kelsey. I was wrong, honey. I was so wrong. A mess. Listen, I was wrong. I got to eat my words, honey. I was so wrong. She was a huge disappointment. Huge. So now Kelsey's like, the best thing that we can do is just coexist. We can be kosher. Girl, Rosie's not thinking about you, and you owe her an apology. That's it. That's all. So now Rosie and Rich, they hug Ashley and Jared. Kelsey's, still making faces like a loser. Rosie says, I've accepted that Kelsey is never going to see it for me, and she just wants to hate me, and it is what it is. So now we have Alicia and Billy arrive. Alicia greets Rosie at the bar. Rosie's like, hey, did you see Liz yet? Alicia says, no, I haven't. And Rosie says, oh, well, I don't think she's here yet. Now, when we cut back to Ashley and Jared over by Kelsey and Bill, Jared must have said said it about 10 times that he was leaving for trivia. I said, if you're so excited to go to trivia, just go to trivia. Because he was like, oh yeah, I'm leaving for trivia in 5 minutes. I'm going to trivia in 10 minutes. Okay, in 15 minutes, I'm leaving for trivia. I said, oh my gosh, just go. He said it about 15 times in 2 seconds that he was going for trivia. I said, my God. To ask those basic, boring questions, not even good questions. Talk about Toy Story. What's the piggy bank's name in Toy Story? And what kind of trivia is that? Oh my gosh, they kept saying that it was Ashley and Jared kept saying, oh yeah, Jared's going to trivia. Why do we care, girl? Go with him. Yes, he wants somebody to chase after him. He did. It was like, enough. I was so done. They're both very childlike. That's the most we heard from Jared. Disney Channel trivia got him too excited. Yes. What is the Red Power Ranger's name? Yes. Those were the questions that he was asking. A mess. So now we have Liz and Jerry finally arrive. Alicia's nervous. We see Dolores arrive. And then we have Rosie asking Alicia if she's going to approach Liz or if Liz is going to approach her. So Alicia says, you know what? I haven't thought about it. I just go off of the vibes. So Rosie says, well, just be the bigger person. But when it comes to me and Kelsey, I didn't say anything to her when I walked into the party. So now Ashley says, honestly, I'm feeling the division at this party. I want to escape the awkwardness. Ashley, if this drama is such light work, Ashley, if this is too much for you, get off the show. Ashley, you can't be simple, basic, boring, hypersensitive, and then and not have a storyline and not be able to hold your own in this group. You got to pick a struggle, babe. You got to give us something to work with, because right now we're getting no can openers, no tacos, no guac, no sour cream, no nothing from you, no fashions, no bags. Where's your Chanel at? I mean, I haven't seen you in a Louboutin. There's no Louis Vuitton, no Fendi. It's just, we're getting denim jumpsuits. You got to give me something. You got to give me, I got to get something. Like, where is your hat? Can you give me something? I need something from you. I need something. I need a range in the driveway. I need a Mercedes. I need a BMW. I need an Audi. Like, I just need to see some stuff. Give me some stuff. Give me something, girl. Give me something. Give me a Louis. Girl, give me something, babe. I can't even get a can opener. I went to your house, knocked on the door, asked, do you have a can opener that I could borrow? And I'm seeing your husband stabbing a can of beans with a knife because there's no can opener for tacos. There's no shredded cheese, no nothing. Yes, Liz is nuts. Liz is nuts, but we have the cars, we have the home, we have the designer. What? Not even a Nike Tech jacket. Jared needs another job. We're getting tears and sorrow. Yes, it's giving Charlotte Russe and Disney stickers and Disney trivia. Let's move on, because I know the Ashley stans are about to be upset with me, and that's okay. I just need to give me something. Give me something. Give me something, Ashley. Give me something. Even the hair is functional. It's just simple. I mean, you are the definition of simple living. I mean, even Gina from OC, Gina saved and got a YSL bag. I said, come on, Gina. Even Gina scrimmed and got some, a Christian Louboutin shoe. Even Gina pulled out a designer piece. And Gina has a can opener. And an ice cream machine that Heather Dubrow bought her at her housewarming. Let's move on. Ashley, I'm tired, Ashley. I'm tired. I'm just getting tired. Yeah, honey, give me some Coach. Michael Kors, something, Ashley. Give me, come on, Ashley, come on. What is it? The Coach Tabby? The Coach Tabbies have been revamped. They're so cute. Give me something. I need something. Yes, honey, give me Zara. Jesse, you have me screaming. Something. Yes, honey, the tabbies, the pillow tabbies, they're gorgeous. Let's move on, honey. I'm like, Ashley, it's to the point where I'm like, give me a loose bag. Ashley, give me something, honey. Give the girl something. A loose bag, even. Lord. Ashley needs to get Samad and Kelly's connect. Yes, honey. Ashley, call up Samad's friend's ex-boyfriend who bought them fake bags for his. He'll come to your doorstep, a garbage bag full of loose fake bags. Oh my gosh, y'all. Lord, let's move on. You know it's bad when Brooke is calling for a loose bag. Call up Jim Jam, honey. You guys are so silly. You get 500 bags for $50, honey. Oh my gosh. Oh Lord have mercy. Let's move on, honey. Ashley, go get you 1,000 bags for $100. I'm not playing with y'all. Oh my, you said Jesus, honey. A monogram burlap sack. Oh, y'all are too much. You're not rouge bottoms, honey. You said something, honey. Your Bowie Laton is calling. Oh my gosh. Not 2 in each color, honey. Oh, y'all better stop it. Y'all better stop. You said call a booster, honey. Do something. Y'all are on 20 today, honey. Bags by Canal, honey. Oh my gosh. Y'all are hilarious today. All right, let's move on along, honey. Now some raspberry bottoms. I'm sure Jared can spare a cute 50. Not some BB kitten heels, girl. Goodness gracious, y'all are horrible. Even a Fucci bag will do. Y'all are terrible. Get you some Louis Vuitton heels. Y'all better stop. All right, y'all, let's move on. But anyhow, where were we? Rulla comes out with this glow up cape. I said, girl, where'd you get that from? God bless. Godspeed. She says, I didn't get Brian with my belly dancing, but I didn't have to do much to get him. He was instantly mesmerized by me. I'm sure he was, but we're talking about right now. Not when Nene said, don't tell me what was then, tell me what's now. Right now, present day, your husband, unfortunately, doesn't want you now. I need you to let the good times be in the past. Like, the good times were, they were a thing, but they're not right now. I need you to be in reality of what's going on today. He's mesmerized by his mistress, and I need you to find the strength to leave this man. Please, Rulla. I just let the good times unroll, honey. Child, that was then, this is now, honey. It doesn't take much to get his attention. Living in the past, yes, Brian is no one's prize. I agree. Brian and Rulla are walking reeds. Just a mess. So now we have the belly dancer come out. The way Brian ran over to be with the belly dancer, she was, dancing, and she's doing a good job doing all this and like winding and all that. And then he's there like dancing with her. The way his eyes were popping out of his head, he was excited. He didn't even run up those stairs when Rulla came out with her costume on, but he ran up to be with that belly dancer. He was like this. He was having a good old time. Honey, he lit up. You saw that fire in his eyes. I said, I don't see the fire in his eyes when it comes to Rulla. Just a mess. Hey, Cool Nerd, thank you for the super chat. Y'all going to shade Ashley into fraud and forgery number 87. No, we're not. We are going to, I think that they have the ways to make money. Like, they have the opportunities to make money. They're choosing not to because he wants to chase this pipe dream called Audrey's. But they could be millionaires already if he would just get into his bag and get in on his Zoom and get these brand deals that are being offered to him. But he doesn't want to do that. So, yeah. What would she claim was? Yeah, exactly. We don't see her with any designers. What could she claim was even stolen? And yeah, and if we shade her into fraud, then that's not our problem. It isn't our problem. These are grown adults older than us. Please, stop it. You should not be that weak-minded where the comments of content creators and fans get you that rattled where you're going to go into shade, fraud and forgery to keep up a facade, in my opinion. They stole her good can opener. Oh yeah, put the can opener. Oh my Lord, you can't shade anyone to do anything. I agree. Leaving money on the table is weird. I'd be heated as a spouse. Same here. Yeah, they're very cheap, honey. They give me very cheap, very frugal, very frugal. Yes, they give me that. She's gonna claim that can opener. They stole the food in the can opener. They could be silent millionaires. I know some. They are just lazy. They are lazy because the fact that you have a grown man who is willing to leave 6 figures a month on the table because he just does not feel like influencing and reading ad reads is crazy. If he's getting ad reads for $10,000 to $20,000 a pop, do you know if he does 5 ad reads a month at that rate, that's a cute $100,000 a month. If he does 2 a month, that's what, 20, 40 grand? He is leaving money on the table. And Ashley does not have the good sense that God gave her, because I would be on his ass. Like, you know what? You want to play these games? I'm out the door. Because you shouldn't have to force a man to do what's right anyway, especially when it comes to working. That a man should want to work and provide. The fact that he's not doing it and he's okay with that, and she's okay with being the breadwinner for right now, no ma'am. No ma'am. He just doesn't want to do it. She said in the first 2 episodes that he feels like reading ads, like that's her thing, not his thing. I'm like, babe, you need money. That's a money thing. Just stupidity. Yes, put that away for the kids' education. I agree. It's weaponized incompetence, Brooke. I agree. Maybe he's hoping that she'll get tired and leave. Maybe. That's why he's at Audrey so long. He's opening cans with a knife. I am screaming. Baby, when I tell you, he was jamming that can of beans so hard, it was giving caveman. He was just like, and even the dad was like, do you have a can opener? And you peeped how neither one of them answered him. Because even the dad was alarmed. He was like, you guys don't have a can opener? And they didn't say anything. I said, wait, they really don't have a can opener. You can Instacart a can opener. Go on Instacart, go to CVS, and they'll deliver that can opener to you in less than 45 minutes. Ridiculous. A mess. To come on Housewives and not have a can opener is wild to me. That's why I'm so sorry. That is wild to me. And that's why y'all need to stop filming these reunions so early, because you guys already filmed. And then here we are just seeing this episode, because that would have been one of my questions had you guys waited to film. I was going to ask y'all, why don't y'all have a can opener? Is there something wrong? Do we need to have a GoFundMe to raise some funds to have a can opener for you guys for season 2? Let me know. A mess. That's embarrassing when the dad has to get in the household business. I agree. The grocery store has can openers. Exactly. Very cheap, honey. Yes, cheap. Hey, Veronica Elizabeth, thank you for the super chat. A man will do what he needs to provide. Exactly. If they have to work 10 jobs, they'll do it. And the fact that he won't do it is ridiculous to me. Just a mess. Hey, Darkchild99, thank you for the super chat. At the 1758 mark of the episode, Joe Ellen calls Alicia. The cameraman is behind Alicia when Alicia presses accept. Oh, thank you, Darkchild. I appreciate that. Hey, Jacob, thank you for the super chat. I feel like next season we'll get physical between Liz and Joe Ellen. Then all the girls will expose how shady Liz is. Liz is the next gen Shaw. I could see that. I could totally see that. It wouldn't surprise me if they get into a physical fight. I don't know when they started filming the reunion so early. I really don't. I truly don't know. But they started doing this over like 5 or 6 years ago, and it's got to stop. You know what it is? Hold up, before we get on to with the recap. I believe that they're filming the reunion so early because Andy's schedule is so busy. I think between all these shows, Andy refuses to take a break and let other people host reunions. I think that that's the reason why he is stretched so thin, because there is no choice but to film so early. And then he has so many parties and active social life. So yeah, I think that's the true culprit of why we are getting these reunions 6 to 8 weeks early. So yep. Yeah, he is his boyfriend now. He's exclusive. He's in a serious relationship now, so we can really expect for his time to be even that much more limited now, because he's finally serious now. So it's going to be real interesting, honey. Yep, he's child. Yep, he has his new boyfriend to fit in. His schedule is tight. So anyhow, we see Rich go up to Billy, and he's like, listen, I just want there to be peace. Billy says, yeah, I know, same here. Kelsey wants to smooth things over too. No, she doesn't. Kelsey has been nothing but a you-know-what to Rosie. And you know it too, Bill. So Rich says Rosie can be a bit stubborn, but she wants to get there as well. I think that Rich is being too nice about this. I feel like Rich, stand up, and be like, you know what, babe, it's F them for life. Until she apologizes to you, it's F you. I'm not going to speak to her or her man. I didn't like how Rich was like, she's kind of stubborn sometimes. No, your wife is not at fault. Kelsey is the one at fault here. I would not be going up to Billy saying anything about it. It will be, y'all both can kiss my ass until Kelsey says, I'm sorry to my wife. Then it is what it is. But yeah, I was annoyed. I was really annoyed by that. So now we have Alicia walk over to Dolores, Liz, and Kelsey, and now they walk off so that way Alicia and Liz can talk. So Alicia says, I don't want that negative energy around me. I just want to feel free. She says, Liz, I don't hate you. I don't want to fight with you. I wasn't trying to attack you. I was just sad because I thought out of everybody, you would understand me more. So Liz says, I never got a minute to give you compassion. I felt tag team. Never once did Joe Ellen say, Alicia, you know Liz's heart. I'm going to make it really simple. I said something I should not have said, and I apologize. In no means did I mean to belittle you, and I'm not mad. I don't want to fight with you ever. So now they hug it out and both say, I love you. Now, Liz, I don't like the backpedaling because you repeated yourself 11 times that Alicia was never homeless. The way you belittled her and downed her in her story, for you to now act like you're the victim and I felt tag teamed. When Alicia first told the story in the castle, when Alicia said, now, Liz, you know that that's not true. That's what happened to me. Right then and there, you had already effed up. So now for you to act like the car situation is the only thing that happened between, Joellen not sticking up for you, I don't like that. Just say I was dead wrong. But for you to act like, I felt tag teamed, that's not true. You weren't tag teamed. And on top of that, this whole thing started not in the car, but it started at the castle when you belittled her story when she first told the story 4 episodes ago. Let's start from the beginning. Don't start from the middle. However which way you slice it, you negated her story the entire time. You said it so many times. You were never homeless. You had a family that took care of you. You guys had money. You were fine. It wasn't that bad. You were okay. So for you to say, I never said that, and I felt upset. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I was irritated. I was really irritated. But you know what? I'm glad that Liz finally apologized. It took forever and a day. So now they hug it out. Alicia says it's a huge deal for Liz to apologize. I really hope she means it. She says, I hope she realizes how much anxiety and pain she caused me on that night. She says, I'll forgive her, but I will not forget. So now Liz says, things just bellow out of my mouth sometimes. I don't mean to ever harm or hurt anybody. I'm not heartless or angry. And she starts crying in her confessional. But Liz, you have to understand, though, that you can't belittle somebody else's story. You can't tell them how to feel. And if somebody's telling you what they went through, all you have to do is sit there and just listen and not add your 2 cents. Okay? So now we cut over to Rich and Rosie walking over to Bill and Kelsey. Again, if I'm Rich and Rosie, it's F them for life. I'm not speaking to either one of them. I don't care. Rich trying to be the bigger person annoyed me. No, let Kelsey feel uncomfortable. Because I'm that type of person where if you start with me, I'm going to make sure that I make you uncomfortable every chance I get. Every time I see you, okay, I'm gonna make sure that you're the one walking on eggshells and moving around because you don't like. I would make sure to make Kelsey's life living hell if I were Rosie. I would not be going over there saying, "Hey, let's make up and move on." I would not do that. You're gonna have to apologize to me first and come and walk up to me as a woman and say, "You know what, Brooke, I'm sorry." But yeah, whatever. Yes, Rosie did give him that look. She was like, child, please. She was so pissed. What, isn't Rich a Housewives fan? He probably want to be included. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense to me. Kelsey goes out of her way to be awful. I hope Rich apologized to Rosie after watching this episode. I agree. So Rich says, look, we just want to go to a party and have a good time and not have any hostility. Babe, I'm okay. I don't care if she speaks to me or not. That would be my thing. Nobody feels awkward over here. If anybody's going to be feeling awkward, it's going to be my ops feeling awkward. I'm not going to feel awkward. You started with me first. You tried to embarrass me. So whatever happens going forward, that's on you. I don't give a damn. I'm not going to be the one feeling awkward when I go to the party. You're going to feel awkward around me. Period. I was like, what is Rich talking about? Rich, that's where you lost me. So now Bill's like, can you girls figure it out? Rosie says, I don't want to have a problem. I just want to get along. Kelsey says, listen, I don't want to beat a dead horse. I said a joke. Maybe I was too quick to joke, and I'm sorry for hurting your feelings. That was the weakest, sorriest, wackest, lamest, most bogus apology I have ever heard, Kelsey. There was no sincerity, no feeling in it whatsoever. I said, girl, you could have kept that, but whatever. I guess, girl, you could barely do that. Even Rosie says that was the worst apology I've ever gotten in my entire life. I'm sure she'll start something else though, but I'm no longer going to take the bait. So Rosie says, Rosie says, I'm sorry for my reaction. Let's move forward. So Rich says, let's cheers to that. I'm going to tell you right now, Kelsey would not have gotten any apology from me. I'm not apologizing for my reaction when you came into my house, almost pushed me down the steps of my own home, tried to shade me in my own home. There would be no apology for me throwing your stuff down the steps. Be happy I didn't throw you down the steps. There would have been no apology. There would have been no apology. Period. Yes, she would have gotten Nathan. You wouldn't have gotten Nathaniel from me. Nothing. It would have been no apology. What am I apologizing to you for? I didn't start this. I was so annoyed. Absolutely not. I was so irritated. So they're fine. Kelsey's throwing shade in her confessional. She says, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. We can coexist for the friend group. All I'm asking is that she just not lie. Doesn't take that much effort. Kelsey, you're a weirdo. Straight like that. You are a weirdo. What is she lying about? What is she lying about? You're over here lying about your entire storyline. You and that man were not even together when you came on the show. So you lied about your whole entire storyline. About this open relationship that wasn't even open. He had broken up with you already almost 2 years ago. Girl, you're a weirdo. You are, if you don't come back, I will not be upset. It is clown behavior. It really is. Oh, Rich, how do you go from calling Kelsey a bitch to wanting peace? Make it make sense. Exactly. And also, Rich, this woman disrespected your wife in your home. She tried to push your wife down those steps. It would be F her forever. What? Why do you want to make peace with her? A mess. Yes, I feel the same way. I would have snapped on Rich if I was Rosie, and I wouldn't have apologized either. Kiss my ass. Exactly. That's how I feel too. I'd be so mad my hubby tried to mediate that. I agree. Kelsey would have got laughed out the room. I agree. Rich wants to stay on the show for his benefit. That's true. What does Kelsey have to offer? Nothing. Yes, men always see women's feuds as trivial. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. Have you heard all the cast coming back for season 2? I'm not surprised. Yes, as a married couple, you should be a united front. Exactly. Listen, you go against someone's spouse, it's F y'all for life. Please. I was really irritated by that. And even the way Kelsey was looking at Rosie, it's clear that there is jealousy. She hates that girl for no reason. So now we cut to Rosie and Alicia talking to Rulla. They're saying, oh my gosh, what a great party. And now Rosie says, I feel like you've missed so much, Rulla. I haven't seen you since Polo. I said, yeah, honey, Rulla missed like 7 episodes. Last time we saw her film a full scene was episode 4. So Rulla says, Alicia told me about the girls' trip. Rosie says, yeah, it was a lot. So Rulla's like, well, was it a lot in a good way or a bad way? Rosie says, well, you were a big topic of conversation. So Rulla's like, wait, why? So Rosie says, I'm afraid to say it, but it was really messed up about what we learned about you at the mansion. Alicia's like, oh my gosh, I have goosebumps right now. So Rosie's like, do you know about the video? Rulla says, I have no idea about the video. Like, what are you talking about? Alicia says, Alicia's annoyed. She says, Rosie did not even give me the heads up that she was going to talk about this. So Rosie's like, do you want to know about what's in the video? And Rulla makes a face and says, sure. So Rosie says, Joellen showed us all this video. Rulla, you need to know what happened in the video. It was dated the day before the polo match. It's not an old video. Rulla says, how do you know the dating is valid? Rosie says, because it was on the car that he has now. It's him with this blonde woman kissing and hugging. I felt weird about having this information and not telling you about it. Everybody's talking about it. If this were me and it happened to me, I want somebody to tell me. Rosie, everybody's not the same. There are a lot of women who do not want to be told that their husband is cheating. Mind your business. Rulla is grown. I'm sure that everybody in town is telling her. She sees the mistress posting on Instagram in real time that they're still together. She knows. She does not care. She wants this man by any means. You are wasting valuable breath telling her what she already knows. Enough already. I'm just annoyed. Rulla's like, Alicia, why aren't you telling me this? I said, Rulla, it doesn't matter who brings you the information. You're still not going to leave this man. So it doesn't matter. And the way she cut her eyes at Alicia, I said, these women can't win for losing. If you tell Rulla she's mad, if you don't tell her, she's angry as well. I said, don't get mad at Alicia. Alicia knows how you are. She's like, girl, if I tell you, you're going to be mad at me. So why even tell you? I was so annoyed. So now Rulla's like, Alicia says, because I don't want to know this. I'm pissed that I even know this, and I'm sorry. Rulla says, I'm not appreciating the fact that Rosie chose this time to tell me this. I haven't seen any video. How do I verify this? Do I get upset with Brian? Who do I believe? I don't know how to process this right now. I don't have the bandwidth. Now, Rosie, another strike for you. Time and place. You don't tell somebody this kind of information about their husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend cheating on them at their home, at their party that they paid for. Wrong time. Don't kill the vibe. This is, girl, meet me for lunch, my treat, and you tell them over lunch. You don't tell them at their own party. She's there to have fun. Yeah, anytime would have been bad timing for Rulla, though. I agree. You said the party was boring. Rosie wanted to get it jumping. With all these people around, wrong time. I agree. So now, they're talking about all this, and mind you, Brian walks over and he's like, hey babe, have you eaten anything? She says, not yet. They're telling me about some video that happened before polo. So Rosie's like, there's a video of you leaving the mistress's house, kissing, hugging, and there's a timestamp. So Brian, of course, is guilty. He's like, they changed the timestamp. Who's they, sir? You really think that folks are stupid? So now Rosie says, I don't know who Joellen's getting her info from. So Brian says, I trust her as much as I trust gas station sushi. I said, okay. I said, baby, who wrote that read for you? Who wrote that tired read down for you? You must have written that on a napkin and said, oh yeah, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that today when the cameras are on me. I'm going to say that. I'm going to really eat them up with that. That little whack read. I said, okay, Brian. All right. Stop. And you give me very much that you do eat gas station sushi every now and again. That bloated face of yours, you get very much that. Stop. You look a mess. You look bloated and you look a mess. You give me all sorts of stuff is in your system. You need a you need a colonoscopy. You look so like there's a whole bunch of shit inside of you. Like respect, like I just, these little sorry reads. Stop. He looks a mess. They need to suck him out, suck all the stuff in his system. Please. He does. He does. He looks a mess. He does. Please, he looks a sweaty mess. I'm just so I can't. I don't like that, because then he was like, when he went on to say, and I didn't like that the whole. And then when Rulla says the Joellen bug is coming through again, you can disguise yourself as a designer all you want. You're still a cockroach. Her calling folks cockroaches, babe. Your man is a serial cheater. So what is he? So what is he? What is he? Let me know. Brian says, who cares? It's not like Ho Ellen. I mean, Joe Ellen is our friend. You want to sit up there and call this woman Ho Ellen, but yet you're calling her job, trying to get her fired. What does that make you? Because I have some names for you, because that's bitch behavior. You're a grown man. If you're going to be a cheater, stand in it. Stand 10 toes down and say, you know what? Hey, I'm a cheater. Stand 10 toes down in it, sir. You sitting up there calling up her job to get her fired. Is that what men do? I thought that men owned their mistakes. You can't own your wrongdoing. You can't admit you're still a cheater, but you want to call her Ho Ellen, call her up out of her name, and try to get her fired? No, sir. I was just, all right. I really can't. I can't stand her or him. And I know Gary called you up. I know Gary probably paid you a visit. Gary he rolled up on you at your own home and said, well, what did you call my wife in that last episode? A mess. He says, I know so many things about Joellen, but I don't say anything. I take the high road. Baby, you taking the high road to your mistress's house. Please stop. You're taking the high road to your girlfriend's house. That's the only high road you're taking. And what high road, sir, when you're the one who is a cheater? You are stepping out on your wife. You broke your own family up. You broke your own home up, but you want to sit up there and talk about you're taking the high road. What are you saying right now? I really, oh my God, I cannot stand them. I really can't. So now Rulla says, Rosie, I do feel like you're not coming from a bad place. So Kelsey walks over, they all take shots. Rosie says, listen, we tried our best. It is what it is. Rulla says, I'm trying to move past everything. Just when I feel like we're moving in the right direction, another bomb gets dropped. I have to take time, gather info, and figure this out. I have my ways. Girl, let's just call a thing a thing. That man could be balls deep in the mistress. You could walk into Brian deep inside of the mistress, and you would still not, you wouldn't even believe your own eyes. You would sit up there and be like, you know what? I didn't see what I saw. That's not, it must have been a simulation. It must have been AI. Like, babe, you are so far into denial and delusions that it doesn't matter who tells you what. It doesn't matter what info you gather. You still will not leave this man. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You're not leaving him. So all this rigmarole about, I'm going to gather up this info. It doesn't matter. This is word salad. This is word salad. You're not leaving him. So what are we talking about? I just can't. I really can't with the stupidity. They all take shots. They take a selfie. Alicia says, I love you guys. It's a trauma bond. They all laugh, right? Again, that party was lame. I'm so sorry, but this party was not giving at all. It was a whopping total of maybe 30 people, and majority of the folks are probably production. I'm so sorry, Rulla, but you didn't have anybody at that whack-ass party. You're still delusional. Brian is a loser. I can't. I really can't. Honey, Joellen missed nothing, honey. I mean, Like, you were better off going to Chili's, honey. A Chili's margarita would have given you way more than this party was. This was not, it was a chop. This was not it. Mm-mm. But you said production was there. They were there for the craft services. A triple dipper, honey. Honey, those triple dippers, honey, have the girls moving men into their apartments and buy them PS5s. You remember that story I told you guys about that woman on TikTok who has 4 kids and went out on a first date? Her first date ever, but has 4 kids. Now, how does that happen? How do you have 4 kids but never been on a date before? Do you see how desperation is getting the girls? I mean, desperation has a tight grip on the girls because you have 4 children but never been on a date. Do you hear the psychosis of that? But anyhow, she went out on her first date and moved them. She said he bought her a triple dipper and a margarita, a Jose Cuervo margarita for $6. And she moved him into her place that night, bought him a PS5, and took him on a Carnival cruise. I can't. I really can't. I really can't. I can't. I can't. I really can't. I can't. A girl at my work says she chased her man and, well, he walks like a dog. Brooke, you speak the truth. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. A mess. Is self-esteem in the room with us? Did she take her kids? Well, the way she got ate up on TikTok and deleted her account, I don't think she took the kids. She did not take the kids with her. She was asking for help because he was cheating on her with somebody else. And everybody was like, well, you dummy. You don't move a man in, and you don't, just a hot mess. Laugh to keep from crying, child. I hope she made that up for clicks and views. No, I don't think so, because she had other story times. I went through her page. She had other story times about how just a mess, very desperate. She had other stories about how she had fallen in love with a sexy inmate. She was a CO at one point, and the inmate was tatted with a 6-pack and like really handsome. He looked like one of the actors, and she's like, the fact that she couldn't believe that he liked her, and it was like, girl, when I tell you, her page was nothing but foolishness, just desperation at its finest. She deleted her page, so I don't know where she is now, but yeah, a mess from the floor up, honey. Some people are truly lost. So he worked out in prison. Yeah, he's a convict. Exactly. Nothing handsome about an inmate. Okay, very sad. A veteran desperado. My goodness, she needs God. No, she does need God. I mean, that's why I always say it's time to get back to Christ. It's time to get back to Christ. Like, I'm not joking when I say that. It is time to get back to Christ. It's time, because the desperation is taking the girls out. It is time for us to get back to Christ. Child, just a mess. And that's also illegal, right? If you're a corrections officer, sleeping with an inmate is illegal. So she I think she lost her job. You can go to jail for that. So just a mess. Just very sad. But anyhow, let's get back. Let's get back to the recap, okay? But anyhow, we have Liz and Kelsey they're at Potter's Cove. And they're going clamming. So Kelsey says that Rhode Island is known for their clams and oysters. And so they're trying to find clams to cook. Kelsey not knowing the word laborious, I was like, the word labor is in the word. Like, I don't understand, like, context clues. You can't pick up what laborious means. I was just so shocked because when they were doing it, Liz was like, oh, this is a very laborious task. And she's like, I don't even know what that word means. I was like, labor is the first labor is in the and labor means work, hard work. Like I just, I said, get Kelsey off my show. Get Kelsey off my screen. I say, get Kelsey off my screen, please, please, please. My God. Goodness. So Liz goes on to say that she's excited about their trip to Block Island. Kelsey says it's going to be a fun place for us to go. It's going to be an end of the summer, get together to close out the summer. Liz has good memories of Block Island. That's where her and Jerry got married. The picture of Jerry and Liz on their wedding day, Liz looked completely different. Completely different. So Liz is like, did you invite Rosie? Kelsey says, well, I don't want to. And Liz says, no, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. Kelsey says, well, I wasn't invited to Boston to Capo night when he was doing Frank Sinatra. So Liz says, just be the bigger person. I will say, though, Liz has a bad habit of cutting folks off and like imposing her will on people. And it is annoying. Like, let Kelsey speak. So now we cut to, Kelsey says, of course, Joellen will be invited. Liz says, what else could go wrong? So now we cut to a parallel scene with Joellen at home. She's packing for Block Island. She lets Gary know that all the husbands are going. Everybody's going, and that they're staying overnight. So now Joellen says, Rulla and Brian are going to be there as well. So Gary's like, okay, when's the last time what about Queen Bee Elizabeth? When's the last time you saw her? Joellen says, the last time I saw her was our makeup lunch a few weeks ago. I haven't seen her since. She says, you weren't there the night of Rich's Frank Sinatra performance. The day we tried to make up, she was awful. This friendship means something to me. I don't want it to end. She says, Liz and I have been very close, but Liz does not respect me and doesn't trust or like me. If Liz pulls this again, there's no coming back. So Gary's like, is she the type of person who says super mean things in the heat of the moment and then tries to retract after, like it was like I was over the top? Joellen says, well, I don't know what she's going to say. So now we jump back to Kelsey and Liz at the beach trying to find clams. And Kelsey's like, how are you going to deal with Joellen on Block Island? And mind you, Liz is always rambling. Liz, I've noticed that. Liz is always talking in a bunch of riddles and making no sense. Liz says whatever she brings, I'll do it by the moment. Honestly, it's a weight lifted. Come at me and say whatever. The worst of the worst, but I put my hands on her. I'll handle it in the moment. I honestly don't care if I'm being honest. A bunch of nothing. Liz, I said, girl, I don't know what you're trying to say. Liz, you're reminding me a lot of K. Michelle, where K. Michelle rambles and says a lot of nothing in her confessionals too. Because I don't know what you were trying to say. Kelsey asked you a simple question and you made no sense. So now we go back to Joellen talking to Gary. She says, I deserve an apology when we sat down at that lunch. Gary says, I don't know about that. Liz does not seem like the apologizing type. So now we cut back to Kelsey and Liz. Kelsey's like, Liz, have you ever felt like you were wrong on something? And Liz says, no. I said, girl, I'm not surprised that you feel that way because the way that you treated Alicia and this whole thing was alarming. And the way you treated Kelsey at Jerry's birthday party was also alarming. It's clear that you are used to steamrolling these women. You're not used to being called out on your stuff. So then she says, I know that my reactions are effed up, but they're coming from a place of me looking over my shoulder. She says, it's rich when somebody who hurts you becomes the victim. Liz, are you okay? How were you the hurt party in this situation? You put your hands on Joellen. You were out of order. She says, Joellen has a crazy way of doing something insanely bad to you, and then when you react, she says that you hurt me. That's what you do too, Liz. Two sides of the same coin. She says, I'm sure I said terrible things I didn't expect to say, but you came in there expecting to say these things to me. A lot of me is responding to something that was premeditated. You can call me paranoid, but even paranoids have enemies. I said, not paranoids have not paranoids have enemies. Is that what we're calling people? I don't know why that tickled me, but talking about some even paranoids, not the paranoids, honey. I don't know why that took me out. That took me out so bad. She said the paranoids have enemies. She said paranoids unite, honey. Oh my gosh, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. I could not stop laughing. You said, K Michelle, come take your sister, please, honey. Honey, she said not, she said she said the paranoids, honey. She said the paranoids have enemies. Oh my gosh, the paranoids, honey. Oh my gosh. You know, Liz says that all the time. That's right, Liz. Sound it out, baby. Not Bellevue, room for two, honey. Oh my gosh, what's in the supply line? She said, let's make it plural, honey. Not the paranoids, but oh my gosh. So now Joellen says she fell out with Kelsey. Gary says, and Alicia, and Joellen says, now it's me. How many times can I keep getting knocked back down? So Gary says, you need to put this to bed, though. You're on an island. You can't go anywhere. And so that's the end of the episode. That is the end of the episode. And we see that next week is the finale where we find out that Rulla's husband, Brian, has been arrested for stalking her. And we're going to hear Rosie say, Rulla, what are you going to do? And Rulla just starts crying. So I said, hopefully Rulla is going to leave this man. But yeah, honey, that was the episode. I mean, again, y'all, it's been a good season. It's been a great season. You saw the clip. You saw the clip for next week's episode. Next week is the finale. And we're going to see Rulla crying about how Brian was arrested. Brooke, what does that mean? I don't get it. What do you mean? Wait, what are you guys talking about? You said she hasn't left him since they were together on Watch What Happens Live. Yeah, she says that he was tracking her and stalking her. Yeah, he's cheating, but stalking her. A mess. Spoiler alert, she's still with him in present day. I'm so upset. Rulla's going to be with him until he leaves her. I saw the clip. Maybe that's why Rulla stays quiet about the cheating. She can't escape. Arrested for tracking her. Yes. Yeah, he's arrested for tracking her. We're going to find out more in the finale. He put a device in her car. Cheater, stalker, and inmate. 2026 has been busy. He put a GPS under her car. The absolute audacity. He probably did an Uno reverse because she put a GPS on his car. He probably just put the GPS on her car. He said, you know what? I don't want this anymore. Let me put this under her car. It's probably the same tracker that she gave him, if I'm being honest. He says, I'm not trying to be funny, but Liz has menopause, which causes brain fog. Didn't Ruff do the same thing to Drew after he left to Tampa? Yeah, he did. Well, Joellen said on Instagram, when they were going back and forth, Joellen said that Rulla they were originally going to make her a friend of the show. And then on top of that, they were thinking about cutting her scenes out. They said that Rulla offered her whole marriage falling apart because she wanted to get on the show. Joellen said that Rulla was a big desperado to get on the show, and that she offered up her marriage on a silver platter because she wanted to be on the show so bad. A mess. Isn't that sad? Yep, he's tracking her so he can see where she's at all times because he's had the mistress at their house. Yeah, he just wants to make sure that he doesn't get busted when he's with the mistress at their house. Yep, honey, but that's what I'm saying. Do you see why I always say a lot of these women are so desperate to be on this show and be famous? Because imagine you're going through hell and high water in your marriage. Your husband's cheating on you and will not stop. And you're like, you know what, production, here's my horrible marriage on a silver platter. I'm going to show it all, but I want to be on this show. You know how sad that is? Yes, but all that's doing is us wanting her off the show because it's tiring. I agree. Rulla's place on this show is strange. I reverse friend of where she doesn't film with the group, only solo scenes. I'd be good with that Rulla next season. Yeah, if I'm being honest, if Rulla does not come back, I won't be upset about it. I will not be upset about it. Maybe she is planning on leaving him. I don't know though. This feels like Bronwyn, where they say there was cheating but then backtrack. So why is she backpedaling now? She doesn't want to address her marriage on camera at all. I think it's the old bait and switch. I think it's that. I think that these women will lie to get on the show and then try to backtrack once they do get on the show. I think it's the old bait and switch move. Like, okay, I signed the contract, but that's a dangerous game though, because production is petty. And if you do backtrack on your storyline, they could easily cut you out and fire you. They can rip up that contract and just fire you. So you know what? You didn't hold up your end of the deal, so we're going to let you go and not show your scenes. So she planned a dangerous game, in my opinion. That's not a good move. I agree. Rulla is the Chili's girl. Rulla is hard to read. I think she's staying, but then at the same time, I can see her leaving him. Kelsey is a prime example of, yes, blast the cheater, believe him while doing it. Being the breadwinner and being disrespected like that is beyond belief, honey. I know, a mess. A mess. Hey, Dark Shell 99, thank you for the super chat. Who hates the camera more, Billy or Gerald? Shamia's husband. Shamia's husband hates the camera more, for sure. At least Billy talks. Hey, Damon Jones, thank you for the super chat. Liz had more than enough time to show Alicia compassion while they were at the table. She was in her feelings and wanted to be right. I agree. Hey, Empress Eve, thank you for the super chat. Love Rosie, but don't give bad news to people's homes. I agree. I agree 100% with that. I think she does want to leave him, but needs her family and public to pressure her to do it. Brian might get somebody pregnant, forcing Rulla to leave. He seemed like the type to do something extremely. Wasn't she a side chick? Rulla said that wasn't true. Rulla says that was not true at all. It was a lie and a rumor. But who knows? Rulla is a financial consultant. No, a financial advisor. She owns her own company, and she makes a lot of money. She makes 7 figures. So she doesn't need to be with Brian for money. She's good on her own. You said, I don't believe Rulla. Alicia said she didn't know it was true. Yeah, I think she does make more money. The way she alluded to it in the episode, she was like, yeah, I'm a boss. She was like, I'm a boss chick. Like I make all this money. I do think she makes more money than him. Rulla makes a good coin. Yeah, she is a desperado. She is. Only smart when it comes to finances. She's on the show. She doesn't need him. I agree. Jesus. I think she'll leave him in the end. I hope. I'm prayerful. I'm really prayerful. She reminds me a lot of Jennifer Aiden on Jersey. A lot of these women who are bosses are with men who have less. They're very desperate. Some of the most desperate women, unfortunately, are like women who, are, I'm a boss, I'm a boss. Very desperate with men and in love. Very sad. There are too many stories. There are so many stories of celebrity women in, who are not celebrities, who have gotten and married men with less and lived to regret it. And some are not even here on this earth because they married down. Very sad. Yeah, he has money. I mean, Brian has money, but I think that she makes more than him. Reminds me of Lisa McLeod on From Married to Medicine. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, Darren, right? That was her husband's name. He was such a cheater, and she was like, Lisa was weird. She was a weirdo. She's the one who threw the water in Quad's face. Oh my, I couldn't stand her. She was such a weirdo. She was nuts. Wait, what? Did you see the TikTok of a woman who's making 50,000 proposing to a man, paying for her engagement ring, and the wedding he asked for a divorce? What? I didn't see that TikTok. Are you serious? The person meant Pinky Cole's man. Being a desperado is bad for your health. Yes, I remember that. She wanted to have another child. Lisa was homophobic and very male identified. She was nuts. She's making $50,000 a month and paying all those bills. Who was doing this? Are you serious? And she paid for the wedding ring. She proposed to the man. I'm not surprised to hear any of this. That's sad. Look at Rulla, always sick. Wow, that's sad. That is nuts. That is really crazy. Yeah, it's nuts because it goes against the laws of nature. It goes against God. It's not right. Women are not supposed to be proposing to men. It goes against biology. It's not right. It's not right. If you have to propose to a man, he does not want you. If you have to propose to a man, you have lost. You have lost the battle and the war. Chasing men in any capacity is you've lost. If you have to shoot your shot with a man, he does not want you. Let me say it one more time for the folks in the back, for the folks in the cheap seats. If you have to shoot your shot, if you have to slide in a man's DMs, he does not like you. If you have to go up to a man and approach him first, he does not like you. Asking a man out on a date, he does not like you. Proposing to a man, you have failed in life. Your parents failed, your whole bloodline failed. If you had to propose to a man as a woman, something is dreadfully wrong. He does not want you. He does not want you. He does not want you. And play this like it's an alarm clock. Please. Please. You have failed. You have failed the test. Thank you. It's not right. No, literally, I'm like, please, honey, put it on a loop for the desperados out there. Wake up to it. Because some of these girls need to hear the truth. He does not want you. Please, it's enough already. No, nothing good comes from being desperate. Nothing. Nothing. Thank you. Let him know, Greg. I just Wow, she was taking care of the children, paying all those bills, and taking care of the house by herself. Are you serious? And this is on TikTok, a recent TikTok story. Well, I'll have to look it up. I'm very this is one day the women will wake up. I don't know who's advising women to chase men, but it's got to stop. There's been an uptick of desperation. Hey, Empress Eve, thank you for the super chat. You said, I would disagree, but we live in a patriarchal world, and until it changes, I'll 100% be on your side. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've had a few of the girls try to fight me on it, and then a few of them have come back in emails and on live saying that that they should have listened. I've had some folks send me some emails saying, you know what, Brooke, I caused myself some hurt and some pain. My self-esteem is shot because I thought that what you were saying was BS, but I should have listened to you because now I got to repair my self-esteem because I thought that I was going to be a rebel without a cause. Yeah, I've had a few subscribers come back around and have to email me and say, yeah, I did it my way, like Frank Sinatra. No pun intended, Rich. They did it their way, like Frank Sinatra said. And yeah, and they're hurting. And they're paying for it literally and figuratively. A mess. A mess. Very sad. You can do whatever you want in this life. Shout out to oh gosh, y'all are so funny. Shout out to one of my subscribers. You sent me an email last week and I responded back to you. But one of my subscribers sent me an email asking for help because her sister is with a desperado. She's pregnant. Her sister is a desperado. Her sister's with a bum. Her sister is a lawyer. And the man, I mean, she chased the man. She's pregnant by this man. Just a hot mess. And she said, Brooke, what should I do? Because my whole family is encouraging this, and my sister won't listen to me. And I told her in the email, I said, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. There's nothing that you can do. Your sister is grown. You cannot help grown people. I said, your sister's already pregnant. She's 4 or 5 months along. It is what it is. She's gonna have to learn the hard way. You're not anybody's savior. Stop tiring yourself out trying to help people. Stop tiring yourself out. I mean, you can't be more upset about somebody's choices than they are. Your sister is happy to be a desperado. Be happy for her and call it a day. Like, you can't be more upset and more concerned about other people's lives and decisions. I told her, enjoy your life, have fun, do your thing, succeed, and let your sister do what she's doing. And hopefully she'll wake up. But there's nothing that can be done. Like, why are you trying to give her lectures when she's not leaving this man, about to have this man's child, and she's happy and content with being a desperado, chasing this man around? Like, what are you getting all bent out of shape for? If they like it, then love it. It is what it is. I'm not going to sit up here and be more concerned about your choices than you are. Come on. Yeah. Congratulations. Happy birthday. Exactly. So I just saw the lady who made $50,000 a month propose to her husband's Instagram. My goodness, I couldn't watch the entire clip. Are you serious? Now, is the lady one of y'all DM me on Instagram about this, or somebody DM me on TikTok. Oh. I want to say something, but if I say it, they will run me off this internet. So I'm gonna just be quiet. Let's just end the live right here. We're gonna end the live right here. You said you just went on a date with a guy who told me his doctor's sister married a bum that divorced her. Now she's paying alimony and child support for their 3-year-old. Sad. A mess. A mess. Well, honey, time for dinner. Yeah, it's almost 6:30. You know, it's about that time. The sun is out. It's time for a cute margarita at somebody's happy hour. On that note, congratulations, happy birthday. I'll see you all whenever. If not tomorrow, maybe Thursday. All right. If you don't see me the rest of the week, then maybe you'll just have to see me on Monday, okay? All right, honey. You know we are on a limited schedule in the summertime. So I will see you all. I'll see you all soon. But have a wonderful rest of your day, wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you all later, y'all. Bye, guys. If I don't see you, have a happy weekend, okay? Bye, y'all. Yes, and you'll see me when you see me, honey. Bye, y'all.